Okay, dough's been in the fridge for another 20 minutes and it's time for its last roll and fold. So again, it's got to be rolled out, not too thin, but into a rectangle and then folded into thirds like a business letter. Trying to keep it roughly rectangular. It doesn't always seem to want to do it, but you will be rectangular dough, you will. Sheer willpower will get it there eventually. Okay. If your dough is too firm, what you'll find is that your butter is in large clumps and it starts to try and break through the dough. If that's happening, then your dough is just too cold, and leave it for a few minutes to allow the butter to melt a little bit. Obviously you don't want it too liquidy, but for it to soften a little bit, and then you'll find that you can roll it out. If you're finding that you have butter oozing out everywhere, then it's too warm. Put it back in the fridge for 10 minutes and have another go. I can't give you exact times for refrigerating the dough because it just depends on too many different things. Okay, so this dough is very nearly ready to be folded. Just make it just a little bit wider. There we go. Okay, that'll do. Now if I flip this over, you will see that at either end there are different ends of layers. If you're worried about those and you think it's going to make a big difference, and very seldom does to be honest, you can neaten up a little bit by folding the edge over and bashing it down to the same thickness as the other dough. Effectively you've created another layer on that end. And do the same on that end. I said sometimes I bother to do it and sometimes I don't, and well, it just makes the ends neater. I don't know if it makes much difference to the final product, but there we go. Roll that out so it is rectangular. Okay, very neat rectangular shape is just what we need. So it's amazing what you can do with a rolling pin. Now again, this one is supposed to be folded into thirds, so in this case I'm going to put 1/3 down. And the other third up, and that bit's stuck to the top very slightly. So I will just put just a dab of flour on the end there. There we go. Now that's ready to be put into the fridge. It does need at least 6 hours. And then you'll be ready for the final rolling and shaping of the croissant or the Danish pastries, whichever you're going to make with it. The same dough will make a standard Danish pastry, be it strawberry Danish, raspberry Danish, whatever Danish you happen to like, or you can use it just to make croissant. Okay, that has to go in the fridge now, as I said, for at least 6 hours. And you can leave it overnight, it's not a problem. It won't suffer from being in the fridge for a long time. You just need to make sure that if you do have it in the fridge overnight, you give it a couple of minutes before you start rolling it, or else you'll find it a bit difficult.